Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A little update from the Ukraine front. Or the Ukrainian front. We have another drone attack conducted by the Russians on the night of the 1st to the 2nd of February 2025. Ukrainian forces down 40 Russian drones, 13 lost from tracking. This is on the 2nd of February 2025. So they say they shot down 40 drones and 13 others were lost from radar. So that's what, 53, right? 53 drones. Let's see where it's 53 out of 55. That means 2 of them, I don't know, went somewhere else. Let's see where they attacked from, or what they attacked, what the targets were. So Kharkiv, Poltava, Sumy, Kiev, Chernihiv, Cherkasy, Dnipropetrovsk, Mykolaiv, Kherson, and Odessa regions. So those things are in this area here. They don't go further than Kiev area. So Odessa is here, Mykolaiv here, Kharkiv, Dnipropetrovsk, Kharkiv, Kharkov, Sumy, Chernihiv, Poltava, in this area. Nothing, so half of the eastern side part of Ukraine was attacked. And the drones were launched from, let's see if these guys are telling us from, they don't tell us anything on this one, no, but they're gonna tell us on this one, which is from Ukrainska Pravda, and let's see where they attacked from. They attacked from Kursk, Oryol, and Primorsko-Akhtarsk. So Kursk, right here, Oryol here. So from these 2 towns, they attacked, and then from Primorsko-Akhtarsk, which is across from the Sea of Azov, is right here where my strong hand is. This is Primorsko-Akhtarsk. So from here, and from southeast and from north or northeast, how you want to look at it. All right, let's see what happened with the Ukrainian drone. So the Russians report that the Ukrainian naval drone destroyed near Crimea. The Russian Ministry of Defense has reported that the destruction of an unmanned craft approaching the peninsula. It's a little video here I'm not going to play. It's just a little thing over there. I can identify it as what. Maybe it's a Russian decoy something. And it's a missile rocket, just smacks it and blows it up. This is the video provided. So let's see where these guys in the Black Sea. Let's see if they tell us where. They said the Russian air defense systems intercepted and destroyed 49 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles over 7 regions in previous day, according to the military. And they don't tell us here anywhere where this little drone attack, sea drone attack occurred. Somewhere by the Crimean Peninsula. Let me see. So it was just going the boat towards Crimea. Where is that located? That's obviously by this Black Sea here. This is the Crimean Peninsula. So somewhere in this area. Right here. Next. Ukrinform reports that Russians stuck. So look at this title. So the Russians are stuck in our urban battles for Chasiv Yar, Toretsk. Offensive slowing down. So the Russians are in an offensive, are advancing, but they're just stuck in the battles for Chasiv Yar and Toretsk. In urban, that means urban warfare. That is, the Ukrainians decided to fight the Russians inside cities with their military. Therefore, the Russians will destroy the cities. And it's the Russians' fault. Chasiv Yar here, and then you have Toretsk here. This is Pokrovsk in here. We're going to discuss the Pokrovsk situation as well. So they say that the Russians are on the offensive in Pokrovsk, but they're stuck here. And the same thing in Chasiv Yar. They advance here, they're in an offensive, but they're stuck. All right, man, if you say so. Russians advance in Donetsk Oblast, DeepState says. The DeepState analytical project reported on the advance of Russian troops in 3 settlements in Donetsk Oblast on the night of 1st to 2nd of February. And all this, the enemy has advanced near Vozvizenka, Kotlinia, and Andriivka. All right, so these guys are in the area of Pokrovsk, or at least I know of Avdiivka are in the area of Pokrovsk. This is in Donetsk. The hottest area is Chasiv Yar, Toretsk, Donetsk. Toretsk. Pokrovsk. God damn it. All right, let's move to the next one. Ukrainska Pravda. Deep State says Russians won't stop assaults on Pokrovsk front even for 1 day. How about 2 days? Sunday, February 2nd, 2025. So this is Pokrovsk here, and this is how the Russians advance on this map that is exactly here. So this part is shown right here. So this is Pokrovsk. They're close, they will go around it or simply will take over. There's about 7,000 people living in Pokrovsk at this time. I know the population according to these guys was about 100,000 people before the war. Russian forces continue to conduct assault operations on the Pokrovsk front of the line of contact in Donetsk Oblast, particularly near Stribne, Udachne and Kotlinie. Deep State analysts said the Russians have been actively conducting attacks on several fronts in recent days. All right, well, I guess the Russians are still advancing and you can't stop them as of now. The Russians did not make big jumps. At the beginning, they made big jumps. They achieved a lot of success. Why? Because when the Russians crossed the border into Ukraine, in Donbas, a lot of forces over there were already fighting the Ukrainians. So the great advance that the Russians were made, you just go to the line of contact where those guys in Donetsk Oblast and in Lugansk Oblast, they were already fighting, and in Kharkiv they were fighting over there. So then when the Russians advanced, at first it was just because they didn't encounter much. There was some Mariupol, for instance, there was still fighting and so on, and the Russians pushed them out. And then Kharkov they invaded. Then going towards Kiev, that was I didn't understand how that occurred just like this. They just crossed into Ukraine. The Ukrainians knew the forces are amassed over there at the border. They couldn't stop the Russians. They just got to Kiev right there on the border, at the, outskirts, and they were waiting. That's what they did. It was not like, oh my God, we're going to fight for Kiev. They were waiting. And it was like, you're going to negotiate or not? And this guy said, yeah, we're going to negotiate. They went to negotiate, and the Russians said, okay, negotiate, we're going to pull back. They pulled back, according to the Russians. They pulled back, and then this guy said, oh, no, negotiations over. We received order from our bosses. We should fight until the last Ukrainian. And that's exactly what they do for our values, our freedom, our way of life, we're told. That's a lie. Their interests, their financial interests that have nothing to do with us, unless, they use us to promote their financial and military interests. That's what it is, money and power. The problem is this interest, they harnessed our politicians, and our politicians harnessed the bureaucracy, and our bureaucracy uses our military, our taxpayers' money, our resources to go and kick people or countries in the teeth, and then our interests have full access, granted 100%, no restrictions, take over countries. The same thing is with Venezuela, is one clear example, Ukraine. And if one leader says, no, you can't do this to my country, then he becomes a strongman, a dictator, a tyrant, whatever they want to call him, and must be removed because somehow we have authority to do so. And we said CIA, we train a few people, we do another Bay of Pigs in Cuba, and we're golden. Why? Because we are the good ones. I'm not talking about American people, I'm talking about the ones that represent us. But how did they get there? How did we allow them to get there? Oh, because they were put in front of us to be confirmed by us through the voting machines? All right, that's how the system works. And we can change it. Well, it worked for... Okay, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.